on this one. Right, welcome back to the Spellbound.
Hello.
The Spellbound Kingdoms.
Horrible mess we make of them.
I mean, in
times.
fairness, we haven't actually made a mess of anything yet.
That's the whole point, though,
What are you
isn't
talking
it?
about? We the people, the humans, are entirely responsible for the current condition of everything.
No, we're just going to still say it's
Technically.
all the elves' fault. The elves don't exist, but it's still their fault.
I mean, to be fair,
Well-
technically, I'm not a human. I'm a Mercutian. This is all your fault.
I'm an islander. I'm from space.
Also fair. It's all the humans' fault.
No.
Seven
It's all
fault.
us, the players' fault, for
Okay,
creating this dang world.
okay, tourists.
Yeah,
Thank you,
counter
yes.
argument. said
If
with
you-
the tone of okay, boomer. I appreciate
Good
it.
sir, if you're having such a big problem, you can go home.
You know, I would love to.
Yeah, it'd be a bit
So what you're
boring,
telling me is
wouldn't it?
what you're telling me is you immigrate here and then start complaining about the drapery.
I came here for college.
And you got kicked out of college.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a me problem, sir. If you got kicked out of your own institutions of learning.
I came here for a thrilling story, my good man. You don't have thrilling stories that end by the hero wandering off one chapter.
Yes, I understand. I see that small, tiny camera you have taking slideshow pictures to show back at the office.
Oh no, sorry, you misunderstood me. That's the wrong gadget. That's actually my portable microwave.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you probably don't actually know what that is, do you?
Micro means small and so it's your small waiver?
Sure, let's
Tiny
go with
hand.
that.
Yeah, tiny hand, I guess, because
Clearly.
it's where it would be. Because what else would it be for waving?
All right, great. How much of a wealth level would it cost me to get a pair of incredibly small hands?
Anyway, continuing on because before Greg murders us.
Again,
Not murder you because you're all immortal. Well, actually, I murdered Tevin, but Tevin's not done anything wrong yet.
I'm very careful about that. See?
exploit that position while you can, Taryn.
You don't need to be immortal if you're not in a position to be murdered. It's great.
Okay. So, where we left off last time, you just taken a job from the Ramsar, having cemented her position to control the barbarians for however long
Yes.
that lasts. And she has given you the job of softening up the town of Breakwater, or the port of Breakwater. Better way of saying it.
Yes. Okay.
So this
Sounds
is
like something you do when you leave the pub.
No, that's make water.
Hey,
So Breakwater is one of the major ports, but it is nowhere near as fortified as Bastion. Going for Bastion would be considered suicide by most people.
When do we leave?
You don't want basically Constantinople, there we go, style walls on your D-Day assault.
Yeah.
no, true. We saw how that went in Dragon Age 2.
So, is there anything you want to do before you set off? Basically, is my next question.
Is there anything we know we can do before we set off? Is the question.
Yes.
Get boats without wishing to sound too glib.
We have some. We have a couple of advances of capital, if I remember correctly.
Yep, you've been given
Yes.
money.
Don't think it was enough for a boat.
Not enough for a boat. It is. We are going across in canoes. I'm sure. In some sort of stealthy manner. Where is Breakwater on? Okay, down here.
Yeah, it's below Bastion.
So is Bastion at the narrowest of straits? So what?
It's just the
What is-
biggest natural harbour.
Okay.
It's fairly narrow, but it's also a very good natural harbour.
I was just
I mean-
thinking because why would you have one on this strait here? What would make? Because you would think that any harbors on this narrow strait here would be equally properly fortified. What would make Breakwater more accessible than Bastion? Is the question. I mean, less acceptable, I'm sure.
Not skepticism. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Illusions
Fail?
of safety. Whatever. Sorry, I've had a moment, forgotten what the right word for it is there. But if they assume that there's much less threat from the southern sea than there is the north, I
Just,
would imagine
Breakwater's
that
still well
they thought-
defended.
Okay.
okay.
It's not like you're not walking into a little port. You're talking a castle, fortified walls, stuff like that.
Okay.
This is not an easy target. But they also need a decent sized port because they can't just drop everybody on a beach somewhere and then there's no landing craft or anything like that. Supplies are going to have to come offshore from proper places.
And they need an actual shorter, basically shorter, wider route.
Sadly, they haven't invented Mulberry Harbours yet.
No.
And also, in fairness, I suppose if the barbarians do take Breakwater, you do also naturally block off an entire end of the strait, which is just a handy edge.
Yeah.
Well, if we already have, do we have canoes provided for us? Sorry, or is this
You're
something
being
that we have
included by an airship.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're being
God, that makes
hot
things
drop
easier.
behind.
Yeah.
Oh well, right.
So
okay.
most of you will be dropped off, but Cord is being halo dropped.
Why am I being halo
What's the-
dropped?
What?
Just seems to fit you better.
You asked.
I see. Do I get a parachute?
No.
Yes.
No, but you can purchase one.
It's the brand new untested version, but no, I'm joking. Yeah, the airship will drop you off in town. They're pretty sure it will go in quite high to avoid being spotted, but there's no radar or anything like that. So
No, true.
It has to go. It has to be in a mysterious cloud cover or something like that. It's basically looking for a cloud bank that looks conspicuous enough to hide in.
But yeah, this is your time to pick up any extra like equipment and stuff like that you haven't already got.
1 second, being asked for.
That is a decent shout. If people do not have stuff like climbing gear and stuff like that, now is probably a good time to grab that. Hitons and that sort of, which I presume are some.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something like that.
I mean, this is just, Johanna's thinking about, we're going to have to scale a castle wall at some point.
At some point, we're going to have to break into a castle and kill someone.
Or break out of the castle if things go wrong. But again, ropes are very handy.
It depends
Or
how
break
much
the
talking
castle.
you allow Discord to do.
Yes.
Mean.
True.
Sorry, I forgot that they've actually bothered to do ejector seats for this setting under engineering. So I was briefly caught off guard there.
Yeah. There is actually ejector seats. You know.
Right.
Please
That
do
would
not
mean
fit
that
onto the
parachutes are
airship.
probably a thing.
I don't know. Like, it depends if it's on an airship or in like a ground carriage.
Yeah.
If they've only fitted it to ground carriages, they wouldn't have really made the jump to a parachute yet, I thought. Let's see. No. Oh yes, we're level 3 now, aren't we? Thanks to the
Yes.
advance we got. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
You've
a
been paid
start.
good amounts of cash.
I tell you what, I'm probably just temptation to buy a siege crossbow is up there, but I'm going to have some self-restraint.
Walkers
Let me
town.
look through.
Reason to visiting Breakwater? Siege Crossroad comes out. Yes.
Tourism.
Enhanced tourism.
Clearly Breakwater being so close to the open sea is known for its variants of cooking several different seafood.
I like the way you think.
They have several different versions of fish and boiled fish and fish boiled,
Well, don't be fishy about it.
and they have I don't what's it called again, where you get various lobsters and tidal estuaries and so forth. You can get seawater lobster and crab. Estuary. Is it estuaries?
I mean, estuary is like the mouth of the river and that sort of thing, yes. Which I think is what you mean.
I think so. Anyway, I do apologize, Craig. I was being I'm house sitting again so I need to my roommate wanted to let me know a few things.
All right. So, yeah, pick up anything you want, and then we'll get you going.
Okay. To the inventory pages.
Oh yeah.
Do the inventory page because I picked up my bill hook last session.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
also,
this-
did we ever?
You go on.
Did we ever work out a name for our constituary?
God, no.
No.
We've been doing this 12 years, and this group doesn't even have a name.
That's not true. We're the Croctopus victims.
I'll start using that
thought-
officially if you're not careful.
Yeah,
Ah.
touche.
I thought
do it.
the official name was Goddammit Discard.
No, it's like get pets. Just because it's the word that used to come out of my mouth most often doesn't mean it's the group.
Harsh, but fair in the context.
Well, level 3.
What about a
Ah,
battering ram?
Maybe.
No.
Kind of hard
Where
to sort
ba-
Battering ram
ship.
is a great name.
Battering Ram is not the best. Would not to be the best group name unless
No, but in
unless we
terms
wanted
of-
to.
Hot dropping from the airship. Just
I mean, that-
deploy it with gravity.
Oh wait, yeah.
I'm
well,
not
level
being serious.
3.
I guessed.
Where
That would
is
require
my-
us to drop with a bit more precision than most people can manage.
Even then, there's no real follow up. What are you gonna do? Have them wait for us to pull it back up and drop it again?
Have exploited distraction.
He's going for the one-hit kill.
It only has to hit the
Um,
right person once.
I'm trying to find where I put my Spellbound Kingdom book.
5 of up to his wealth level. Got it. Didn't I post it in the chat earlier?
I mean, yes, but I'm talking about on my computer.
I forgot. I should have done this earlier, but
Yeah, sorry, I should have reminded
There
you.
we go. There we are.
okay.
And how much do we have for
I
funds
have
and
enough
communal
strength
funds?
Plate mail.
No
This is
communal
the best
funds?
day ever.
Oh, we don't. I thought
Your
you
wealth
gave,
level is your
you
communal
gave
fund.
us.
It depends. Did you go up a wealth level?
I did not because I bought a bill hook.
Right.
And no, I did not because I shooed the extra payout because of principles.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
have
yes, you
principles that
did.
kept you from being able to get to wealth level 3, which would let you have a bill hook
I already have a bill hook. I bought one
and
myself.
maintain one.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had to buy one, is what you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying is you can't maintain that bill hook because your wealth level doesn't support it.
You can't
I think-
maintain the bill hook in the life of which it's become accustomed.
So I can't marry the bill hook.
No, its father won't
I'm
allow
gonna go to
you.
Rust. Just watch.
Did you obtain the permission of the father of the bill hook?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in truth be told, I went for wealth level 3, so I have no spare cash on hand. So I'm mostly sort of throwing out ideas for other people.
I thought What's Her Face gave us a cash advance as well, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
That got spent
Yeah,
on
that was what I used to
yeah.
get to wealth level.
Okay. Oh wait, so
But if you've got wealth level 3, then you could use that to just get extra stuff.
You can have
Oh, well.
5 items of your wealth level, and then 5 items of every wealth level below that.
Yeah.
You can trade down to get a 6th item of a wealth level lower in place of
But-
one of the
so
equal, but you
if
can't
everything
trade up.
is everything is wealth level, why is there a gold price or something?
It's because you can also buy it with gold.
Which I did.
Yes. It's just that if it breaks, you have to pay someone to repair it instead of just saying, "Oh, my wealth level handles repairs."
Okay,
Which is
so
why I have not spent my gold on buying armor. I have spent my wealth to buy armor.
Huh. Okay, so my bill hook's still good.
Nope, there's still none of that. Well, fine.
Okay.
Hey, I could buy an alchemy kit.
Right,
That's
just
great.
updating the map. There you go.
Good man.
That makes it look a bit less like the Empire and the Kingdom are the same.
Everybody who's wealth level 3, please buy 1 or 2 wound pastes.
Oh, that is a good shout.
All right then. I'll add that down here for wound paste.
Everybody who's not wealth level 3, be discard.
well, I'm yeah, I'm a level 2, aren't I? Okay.
Yeah, you can't afford it.
All right.
It's basically two bonus die on your recover wounds rolls after combat.
Fair enough.
For some reason, it's quality level 3, which means it only gives you a D2? Or is it a D4? Anyway, I think it's a D4. Still, better than nothing.
True. I'm probably just going to pick up then a better armor, go up to male hauberk for another armor, and then just some wound paste.
Right.
2 wound paste, sorry, more accurately. Because everything more advanced than that is out of my actual wealth league.
Nice.
Wound paste does not wound you. Wound
No,
paste is
it's
curing of
it's a
wounds.
heal. It's a deeply badly named.
Yes.
No, you're thinking of wounding paste, the poison.
Ah.
That was me
exist.
thinking that wounding paste was just plastic explosive.
That's some good paste.
Either that
Huh.
or it's Nutella, I don't know. Okay. Let's go. Elite, I'm ready.
Right.
Oh god, the map's got shingles.
I just wanted to make it more visually obvious that the barbarian lands are a bit more fertile than the old empire.
Entirely more fair. Alright, does anyone else, what is everyone else thinking in terms of buying stuff then, or are we relatively go?
I don't think, well, since I'm only level 2, I don't have the ability to actually acquire many things here. And it actually says here the bill hook is wealth level 4 in its own right, but it still counts as a halberd. It just has a bonus to attacking mountain units.
Oh, Terran added. What about you two? Or are we ready to go?
I'm getting a couple of things, so I'm
Just
good.
looking at poisons, the usual.
I'm ready to roll.
Ooh. Sorry, just as a refresher, how many things can you have per your wealth level before you have to start trading?
5 and 5 is your
5.
level.
Good. Okay, in
5
that case,
level and 5 lower.
I can pick up a horse. It's a draft horse, but a horse is a horse.
You're very strong.
Well, I am strength 7.
Okay, you might be able to
Same as
pick a
me.
horse up then.
I mean, to be fair, if I was strength like 2, I could pick up a mouse.
Mm.
Then the world would truly tremble.
That's useless.
But yes, good. It added, thank you.
So.
Fortunately, all the troops are wealth 4 or higher, except fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like fanatics might be slightly self-defeating when we're trying to be reasonably subtle on the first stab. You could send for fanatics as reinforcements when we inevitably screw it up.
We can send for them. We'd be recruiting them.
They just become a part of my character after a certain point.
But just because you get them for free later doesn't mean you can't buy them for cash now. Just
Maybe later
throwing
on.
it out there, making sure you remember it's an option. Dang, airships are expensive.
I mean, they should.
They
Definitely.
should be.
Okay. Have any of you been on an airship before?
In fact, my minor in college was airship mechanics.
Ah.
No. My head's over the side, and I'm currently speckling the sea with various colors of chum.
I'm going to say Johannes would have been on an airship exactly like this, but we haven't pinned much down about Mercury yet. He could have been on something that was flying, so he'll be curious to at least see how the weird Earthlings actually do it.
Not on the government paycheck.
Alright. So,
Phrasing, yep.
kind of a mixed experience. This is definitely a rough and ready. This is like the T-34 of airships. This has been put together quickly, but with no finesse at all. So it's kind of like there's no carvings or anything like that. It's been hammered together and kind of put up. It is kind of like a gondola style, so I'm kind of thinking like the I keep going back to the ships in the Musketeers, like Steampunk Musketeers film, where it's basically a ship carried by a giant balloon.
Yes.
Which kind of in a lot of places makes parking them a lot easier because you just land them underwater.
Yes.
Yes, true. No, okay, I hadn't considered that, but you're right. I feel like there's still some problems there if you gauge the wrong mode, but...
Yeah.
Oop, I'll detach my balloon as I head towards a waterfall.
Oopsie.
Yeah, I was thinking about horse, but I wanted to make sure I waited until we got to land first.
Yes. Do not press the button that says wings fall off.
It's just right there.
Emergency fall.
How many falls aren't emergencies?
Parachute.
You're travelling through thick cloud, quite high up, so it's cold. And it's been timed so it is night time when you suddenly start like losing altitude. In a controlled way, obviously. And the captain and the crew are kind of ready. They're looking around. There's not many airships, Imperial airships on this flank, but they're always on the lookout. No one wants an air fight.
Mhm.
They don't tend to
What
last
even-
long.
What even is an air fight in this setting?
Well, okay, you've got cannons mounted.
The other
Just
guy
trying to
shoots you with
pop each
cannons
other's
and you fall out of the
balloons?
Yeah.
sky.
Basically, it's like a naval ship, except a much quicker fight, because at some point somebody's going to shred a bunch of air balloons, and yeah, you go down quick.
Case shot's a favorite.
I mean, the equivalent of chain shot is just canister because it's so effective. On the other hand, people don't quite like using it just in case the wind blows it back. But yeah, they don't expect anything like that. Not at night. Imperial doctrine, it's too dangerous to fly at night.
I'm suddenly terrified of a
well-
universe in which the wind is powerful enough to blow shot.
Well, for one, it's dark, and two, do you really want to have lit light lanterns on a floating sack of helium?
Okay, maybe blowing back is the wrong way of saying it, but like misfires. You know, misfiring a normal cannonball bad. Misfiring a shot if it goes off too early. Yeah,
Horrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
Timed fuses are not exactly advanced.
Yes.
Isn't that time
No, I
fuse
really do
just
want to
how-
see. I want to see a unit, and I want to be in a universe where there is enough gust wind to rebound canister shells.
Give a
I mean,
mage
Drake
time.
did speak it.
Okay. This isn't going to land for long, so there's a number of ladders on the side with a crewman on each, standing there ready, and kind of like someone they've lowered a small kind of directional lantern, so it's basically just a lantern with just a hole in the top, and it's the equivalent of like the plumb line, the fathom. On a ship, yeah, they used to drop to see how deep it was. They dropped something over the side. This is the equivalent.
But essentially, we're going to be going down off the side of the they're basically trying to gauge how far it goes so we can actually drop us properly without cracking us.
Or the ship. They're more worried about the ship.
Yeah, we're just like the random idiots they're sending in first wave. The ship is an important asset.
Yeah. And you kind of see the guys on the light who's been watching it. There's like two of them suddenly start pulling it up and shout, "Land ho!"
Yay!
Oh,
We
the
hoed
orbs.
land.
Because these guys are still sailors.
Yeah,
And
sailors are still sailors.
like the rate of will drop, and then ladders will go over the side, and the captain will kind of like fingers to his forehead and motion for you to go over the side.
We have a. There's a ladder, right?
Yes, there are ladders. He's not throwing you off the side.
Is it a strength or quickness test to
It's
to
not a test.
fail? This is not a test. Okay.
It's not a test yet.
No.
That's
Unless you want to do
important.
something silly.
Can I just quickly say Johannes is
Gray,
not doing
good
something
sir.
All right, discard.
Who's-
You specifically have to make a test.
Okay. Okay.
Be strength or quickness, whichever one you want.
Well then, what's the doom level, Gray?
Doom is free.
I reduce it to 2 for him this scene. I don't want our hero splatting his head on the ground.
Protagonist.
Well,
He's
So-
only
it's to
the
be seen.
chosen one. He's not the hero.
Well,
Ramses the
then-
hero.
Chosen one 8 or something.
Quickness. So okay. So we'll go with strength, just to one hand take a rope, leap off the side, and one hand go straight down, glistening sweat and looking all charming. 4.
You're fine.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I smile. Oh, well, not smile.
You land the ground and kind of just walk off.
I land the ground, and I look up and I make sure that I have properly calculated the angle of every ray of light, so that my teeth are properly ting with a rakish flash.
There's like one guy
Really
watching you.
ridiculous.
That guy one is impressed, but yeah. Most people are watching the skies.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone else makes it down without any undue heroics. The ship,
No difficulty at all.
yeah, you're capable people. You can climb a rope ladder. It's not like this is dangerous.
This isn't Dark Heresy, where you must figure out how to walk across a perfectly smooth plane.
Okay. So,
Skills include walking without killing yourself.
you're functioning immortal, but I'm going to test that at every opportunity.
Well, that's the thing, right? If you give us to screw up hard enough to lower our mood, you can attack it directly.
I know.
We forgot walking boots. Your doom increases to 5.
He hasn't forgot them. They're just not fashionable.
Oh, valid.
All right.
They don't match my wardrobe.
So what do
ahead,
you
Ray, I'm
do?
sorry.
You're a few miles away from Breakwater, you think. You're in the middle,
Is
it's
there any-
dark. You can't see any lights on the horizon. Looks like
Is
you're in the
there
middle of a field.
Is there any other location besides Breakwater?
Not that you know of. Then again,
Okay.
you've never been here before.
Then we'll guess we'll go
That's
Breakwater.
actually another
or-
question. Apart from Arn, who else has been in the Empire before?
Not Johannes.
Genetically or
Physically.
Okay.
So just Arn.
Sorry.
I gotta look at the map.
You okay, sir? What's up?
Yeah, no, just sorry. No, childishness. Completely.
Yeah.
You are amongst
any
good company,
Biblos
sir.
may have been here, but they don't count.
But
No, Brand was more in the northern part.
sorry,
Quarter
I
of
was
the
I was a barbarian born and bred.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So yeah. The first thing you'll notice is there's a much better road than you used to, because what would the Empire be without good roads?
I feel like coming from Mercury, these at least would be familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, remember, the important thing to do in the Empire is to not stand out. Don't be too happy or too sad or too emotive in any way.
We just
You
paint
look at the
ourselves
bright
beige.
red guy, the bright blue guy, and the guy who smiles at everything.
The man who radiates who radiates machismo.
The guy who's
Yes,
physically
yeah.
built to stand out.
I mean, all jokes aside,
Standing out is kind of our thing.
well, first of all that, and secondly, find the nearest creek, river, and just muddy up your clothes as a start, so you don't too fancy. Decent idea. We need to be inconspicuous. No, we need to be inconspicuous. Words are hard. That's my excuse.
He's not wrong.
Are you going to wait for morning, or are you just going to start walking?
Start walking.
All right. Can we have a
I'll-
reason check off someone to make sure you go the right way in the dark?
Yeah,
That-
I got that.
Feels reasonable. Yeah.
All we got to do is look at the sky. I'm sure we can navigate.
If the
Yeah.
doom is over 5, I'm going home.
Yeah.
To be fair, my that's Bren's current goal. Anyways, is go home. But you know,
Right. Yep. You easily find the northern road and start heading up towards Breakwater. Time will pass, and it'll be about dawn when you arrive.
Is the Empire always so temperately pleasant?
No. This is kind of the nicer part of the Empire.
Yes.
Empire. All right. So technically, I use a random generator. I like this setup, but this isn't north. This is like north. It is to the left of the map. So get rid of the windrows and just this is like just the map.
You're going to grab it and just rotate it to the like counterclockwise a bit. You probably can show it off easier.
Yeah, but then none of the words would line up properly.
Fair enough.
I'll have a look what it looks like.
That was good.
So, this is a old town. It's spilled outside its walls, as most of these places do. You'll be able to walk through the streets fairly easily. I mean, you'll get looks, but no one's going to challenge you. I mean, at least with you, like, you don't scream barbarian. You scream weird visitors from another planet.
mission accomplished.
Tourists. They scream tourist.
Yeah.
And
You'll come to the gate. Doesn't matter which gate. And there will be a guard. Well, several guards. And then a man standing kind of with a book. Well, not standing, sitting at a desk that seems to be like a permanent fixture. And then kind of like making notes.
We'll come to immigration, essentially.
Welcome to immigration, yes. So,
what is this place?
It is the registry. They keep track of how people move about the Empire.
As if we wouldn't have like, how do they keep track? Just by counting entry?
Yes, they write down your name and your business, and they keep the record in the record stations.
the guards are standard humans, but the bureaucrat is a little bit different. Pale skin, eyes, kind of cracked skin. You may or may not have seen a wraith before.
Is his
There's one in our party.
Yeah, but he has a mask on.
Oh,
Is his paper? Is his skin looking like rigid cracked or papery cracked?
Papery cracked.
So it's as if they're becoming much more parchmenty.
Yeah, it's kind of like porcelain papery. Yeah.
Because is essentially since the greatest wraith, not Pessimal, what his name was again. I forgot what the bookman was called again. Sorry.
Came up with him.
I did, but my brain just
I'm
left.
looking. It just Google has decided to say, "Oh, do you want to sign up for more AI? Go away, Google."
Don't be silly. Gray's already the AI. He can't sign up for more.
Alan Smithy.
Yes, it becoming more Alan Smithy like as it goes along.
Sounds accurate.
Like they're checking people through. It's still early, so there's not a big queue, and a lot of people are kind of recognised and kind of presenting papers. They've obviously got it. So if you live here, you get a nice little card saying, "I live here." Yeah, and they just go, "Yeah, tick, tick, tick." This all needs updating in a bit. Tick, and then they'll come to you, and he'll look you up and down, and you can. He didn't actually sigh, but you can feel the mental sigh. Papers, please.
This group does not have them yet. I am a member of the Enumeration Corps, bringing them in to have their status established.
Can I have your papers?
Lost to a wandering monster, I'm afraid.
Oh, right. This is going to cause some issues then, isn't it? You know how important losing papers is.
Yes, a terrible burden.
So, registering them is going to take some fees, obviously. There's also the recreation of paperwork. Where are you registered?
I am a vagabond and a wanderer.
Yeah, but you'll have an original registration point.
Yes, I'm registered as a vagabond.
Right.
Man.
People like you make it very hard to track movements. You know that. Right. So, if you would like to kind of step aside, and we will get to you as soon as there is a gap in the morning traffic. How do you spend the next hour? Because, morning is when most people are heading to work, so it's kind of a rush hour. No one else seems to be being put aside. There are merchants, but they have all their paperwork in order and are sped through. Finally, it's kind of like peters off and he has time to actually deal with you. Okay, looks like we're going to have to start the forms from scratch. Can I have your names, please?
Broadwin. Elliot Broadwin.
Right, this is something I need to keep note of.
It might be actually. If you have a fake name, I suggest you also write it on your own sheet because otherwise you will forget when it's handy.
Yes, because we are creating the bureaucracy paperwork here, and yeah. So Cord is Elliot Broadwin.
Why are we using fake names?
You don't have to.
I don't intend to.
So Brand is Brand.
Brand is brand.
Yeah, Arn.
Yeah, Arn will use his actual name and registration number since he is a registered enumerator.
Yeah. And Johans?
Yeah, Johannes isn't his real name, ex-assassin and all that. Cole.
So the only guy using a fake name is the guy
hell.
who they will never have encountered before.
Yes.
Yes.
But this way, inevitably, when we screw this up, I lose a fake name as opposed to my real name getting burned.
And I'm
That's-
just preemptively adding the history. My name is Elliot Broadwin.
No, I meant discard.
Oh, right. No. Yeah, fair.
Oh, Coal Milk, that you're going for that, yeah.
Yeah, I realised it would be easier to type it out.
Right. Okay, place of origin?
My sir, that's a personal matter between me and my mother.
City of origin.
City of origin.
Or town or backwater village, whatever comes up.
She didn't tell me.
Oh, God. Okay. Elliot Broadwin, a vagrant. We have yours, of course, Mr. Shevdal. And
Yes.
Mr. Markle.
I'm just going to sort of look down at my distinctly sort of blue skin. Mercury.
Mercury.
City on Mercury?
They don't care. Right,
I think the minute the word Mercury.
You're from another planet. I'm assuming Bren will go the same, but for Mars.
Yes.
I think the minute a foreign planet is said, they immediately just assume, oh, it's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't actually have to track it if it's off.
Yeah.
Or I could be complicated and say Phobos, but I choose to not be.
Oh,
Just this
bless
once.
you, saving this bureaucrat about 5 seconds.
Okay. Line of work.
Student. I
do
am
you need a
wearing
student
college
visa?
robes right now.
Do you need a student visa?
Sounds like a good plan.
All right. That will cost a bit extra. Mr. Johan? Mr. Markle?
Entertainer.
Entertainer?
Sword trick specific.
Okay. We don't have a weapons ban in the city, so you should be fine.
No, thank you.
Mr. Cord, if you're a vagrant, do you even have a possession?
Cord, you said?
Elliot, well, sorry, Broadwin. He doesn't say Cord.
My employment is Elliot Broadwin. I'm employed at being myself. Well,
Vagrant.
I say that of the Broadwin mercenary company.
I think this card just named us.
He's already written vagrant.
Fair enough.
Remember, what's the difference between a bum, a hobo, and a vagrant? There is actually like technical terms.
Yes. I'd have to go and look them up.
Yeah.
There's going to be one somewhere, but it's.
I mean, one moves for work, one hangs around. I think a bum hangs around like a certain age. A vagrant moves around looking
bums
for
are your
work.
local homeless. Vagrants are the ones who wander about. I don't know hobo.
Yeah.
Hobo is someone who is homeless, but doesn't float around.
Yeah.
Whereas vagrant is someone who floats around with no real home.
And then a bum is somebody who has no home.
No, a bum is specifically someone who takes advantages of others and doesn't attempt to work.
Okay.
That was it.
So
Like
a hobo is a local worker who doesn't have a home. A bum is like a beggar style. And then, a vagrant is...
And a vagrant is a person who just goes from one place to another.
Yeah, technically a vagrant could be a traveling worker, but they have no fixed domicile.
Yeah. Hopefully this won't go first blood.
Well, quite. Give it time.
Okay.
None of us rolled savage, so I think we're okay.
For now.
That was close.
Not you flexing your pecs.
I mean, if Bjorn goes down, I'm definitely going to have to roll up a savage. They just look like too much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be 100 gold for each of you, apart from Miss Arn, Cheval, who is 50, and another 100 for the student visa.
Now, Ray, here's an important question about wealth. If you are a certain wealth level, can you just convert? I mean,
I don't necessarily think so. Since
no. Okay.
You cannot
sell
just
levels, but you get much less back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
wealth level is just to have and maintain items of certain qualities. Gaining certain things costs gold.
Oh wait, no, hang on a minute. I might be okay because I've just remembered my shack would have been making money in Barbarian, and so I might have enough on me to cover the fee.
I'm going to use this to cover my fee because I kept enough money around.
You okay? Yeah, no. It's wiped out all of my liquid cash, but the shack has given me enough. It's given me 100. Well, the barbarian lands, so I could pay that way.
Excellent. This means you now have a registration card, which is something very important in the Empire.
Yes.
But you're also on the books.
Well,
Elliot Broadwin is on the books.
Colin Markel is on the books, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, make note of your licenses. Universal IDs, whatever you want to call them. So, you will then be allowed through the gate with a stern warning to keep out of trouble and to attempt to find work as soon as possible.
Oh, we'll keep out of trouble, sir.
I know the best place to go to do that. I'm going to go and apply to be a guard at in the fortress.
So, as you enter the inner area, the buildings take a remarkable step up. These are the ones that expect to survive a siege. So you're looking more brick and stone, old timber, properly like shingled roofs. The old district.
Is it whitewashed?
Yeah, it's a port town. They like to whitewash things in port towns.
Because
I think an English port town anyway. I don't know what they do in America. You tend to paint your buildings anyway.
Well, yes, but the main thing in English port, the main reason why I do you for port, you paint your port town so the salt doesn't get into your
Water.
and building materials. Yes.
Yeah.
So gleaming white.
White. I won't go far say gleaming, especially like the old district and narrow streets.
Used white.
Well,
Yeah,
it needs to.
like
Well, it
gleaming
has
is a
to
little bit
be
of a
a
stretch.
it has to be a certain a color that is both drab and depressing, but also
Off-white.
Beige.
yeah,
Beige
flex, yes.
Beige, beige, off-white, whitewash would probably go kind of like that. Kind of is like it's not a bright white. This isn't kind of like a gleaming, picturesque town. This is uniform. Every house is painted white. Every door is painted white or black. The streets are cobbled, and you can see it's a fairly affluent town.
Okay, just to make sure about this, were we given a time frame in which we must, weaken the defenses before
You've been given several weeks.
several weeks? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have enough time to establish a.
It's going to take a long time to split the armies and get them in place. They want to try and land simultaneously.
Okay.
To try and draw the legions into different areas.
So it's enough time to actually go and see if we can infiltrate the castle.
Oh yeah, you're not expected to burn this place tonight. That would be unrealistic. Yeah,
I'm glad glad realistic expectation.
Yeah, there's only 4 of you. And you're here to weaken the defenses as best you can. I assume you spent a few hours just exploring the town.
Yes, because we're going to have to at least work out where the major stuff is.
We do not pass an alleyway where we hear a disturbing level of honking from a sword grate.
No.
If that untitled Goose Game Goose is here, I swear. Just
No, remember Honko exists.
No, squeaky shoes, not goose.
Yeah, it'll come following you in
sorry.
the dark alley. Yeah. No.
Goose are troubles in the wilderness.
So
I don't know. Depends how dumb the noble is. I could absolutely see a dumb noble going, "Oh, I want a fancy pet. I'm going to pick up a goose." Lost too many people that way.
lost too many friends.
Well, I mean, it would be a stretch for Johannes to call them friends. Targets would be more accurate script, but that's a different story.
So the northern set of the city, so like the narrow streets, is mostly residential. The old district is a mix of commercial and the closer you get to the waterfront, it's more warehouse areas. Dockswood is all warehouses. Wheatforge is the equivalent to the manufactory, and granary area. Cat Road is that part of the area, the city there. We've got lots of sailors here. You can guess what Cat Road has.
Yeah, fair enough.
A lot of catgut and morality. Oh yeah, okay. But
Yeah.
Red lights.
Lots of red lights. Lots of ladies of negotiable affection.
Indeed. And then
See-
there's this inner wall here.
The inner wall is quite formidable. The houses along it, you seem to see, are designed to. None of the houses within like 20 meters or so of the wall are anything but wood. It seems to be like city ordinance is you can't have a permanent structure in bow shot of the walls. So
Yep, they're being depressingly sensible about this.
yep. They're probably also the cheapest houses to own because there's a good chance that barbarians will turn up and they'll burn your house down to protect the walls.
So it looks like plan hire a couple of several packs of raptors and let them loose is not going to be as effective as I'd hope.
Not on its own, no.
Okay.
I mean, if we were able to sort of
Good
seize
plan.
one of the gates and then let the raptors out, possibly, but
Yeah.
that's pretty advanced level stuff.
Well, I'm guessing the main target would be the Grand Battery, since that's probably where they keep the cannon that actually controls the water.
Yes. So, turning your eyes to the defences, the Grand Battery is a major jetty that has a heavy stone fortress running along it, pointing outwards with cannons mounted. It is off limits. It is accessible, but it is heavily guarded. It also seems to be where most of the soldiers and guardsmen live or are stationed. The fortress in the centre is a squat, keep surrounded by walls, sloped to deflect cannonballs, and it's got a great field of fire for anything entering. Probably the most worrying thing you see, though, is the Wizard's Lighthouse,
Oh, yeah.
which is on the opposite split, well away from people. And some architect has had some fun here because it is a lighthouse, but it's been built to make it look like it's got a wizard's hat on it.
Oh, God.
Ugh,
So
those guys.
It's got the conical top with a slight kind of little bend that's got smoke coming out because it's obviously the chimney at the same time.
it looks cheese and horrible.
And it's painted bright blue and the hat is yellow, I'm sure.
No, it's painted red and white like a traditional lighthouse.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
okay,
it's the
so-
Where's Wally wizard.
So these are the North Wizard Lighthouse Wizards, not the Lighthouse Wizards. Got it. I
And
hate those guys.
yeah,
They cheat at cards.
also noticeably, no houses on that entire bit of land.
Wizard.
Yes, it's almost like people have keep away from that area. But you can easily pick up from people talking about it that there is a wizard up there, and she's been active.
She's been casting spells.
So there is an active wizard. It's not an empty threat.
Is she like a private citizen, or is she part of the Imperial?
You'd have to ask around
Machine.
out to find for that.
You would have to be paid. You would have to take the job as the guy who delivers her food.
No, you can find out, but this is kind of like just what you've picked up from just like listening and wondering. If you want to actually do any more general research, you can, obviously. But this is your couple of hours touring the town and just listening to what people talk about.
Okay, valid.
Right.
Realistically, then, the Grand Battery is probably one of the important targets.
Is there drinking in the Empire,
Yes.
So,
but not like very good booze?
No, it's the price dried ale. Even
dry.
if there was, wines would be available for the rich, but they have to be imported. To be honest, you're going to find the best drinks in the Empire here. Anywhere outside of the capital, because this is where all the imports come. So it's cheaper than it would be anywhere else in the Empire. But yeah, most people are just drinking ciders, hops, ales.
Yeah, no plants in the Empire, so they must have meat-based fermentation, which is always fun.
Bees.
Oh God, they're just. Are we insinuating that the Imperial citizens drink a beer that's closer to
Awful.
Bovril?
What?
There are still animated plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're sentient animated plants, it's a very different conversation, isn't it? Excuse me, would you like to be brewed today?
Well, not sentient.
No.
it's,
There's mead.
Oh yes,
Bees
true.
still exist.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, imports fungals as well. There's probably like fungal beer.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Dwarven wine.
Is that a real thing? Like, or is it just a fantasy thing?
It's
It's
real
just-
here. Who cares?
Yeah, it's real here. If you're desperate
Okay.
enough, you can ferment anything.
This is true.
This is spoken by a man with experience in the field, I suspect.
This
so
is
that's
is spoken by the teetotaler of the group.
Yeah.
the
Well,
one man here who would never be desperate enough.
No, but there's
The-
known lots of people.
Yes.
not fair.
Well, it's also the fact he has played many a war game, so I'm sure he has run across an anecdote or two
Oh, yeah.
of
Oh,
field
yeah.
fermentation.
The Russian battalion in the Second World War who drank an entire vat of like industrial alcohol and then went blind.
Yep.
Oh,
What?
They
Oh,
they were
God.
advancing into Germany. They find a vat of
Mhm.
alcohol. The entire battalion drinks this vat dry. It's industrial alcohol, not that. And
Oh, it's
the
not
next
drinking.
morning, the entire battalion is blind.
God.
I don't know how
How
long because the
does-
story doesn't tell that, but Yeah.
So it's temporary blindness for that then.
possibly depends how much they drank.
Yeah, to be fair, if it's like ethanol, it can be temporary or it can just blind you for the rest of your life. That's just how ethanol goes.
Turn your eyes off. Okay.
Well, it's not off. It's more rags than nerves, if
Yeah.
serves.
It does. It does serious. All alcohol is basically destroying your nerves. That's what being drunk is. It is you're being poisoned.
It's such an enjoyable poison.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the thing is, I can drink that, but I've never really understood the
All right, I
benefits
can't
of being
remember
drunk.
last night. I had such a great
I work
night.
IT.
Mhm.
Anyway, fair enough.
Anyway, before we get into the dichotomy of alcohol,
there is drink. It's depressing.
That's what I wanted to say. Yes, it is depressing.
Well,
it is a
bad
depressing
stuff
drink.
is.
yeah,
Um,
but like we can easily get our hands on the good stuff.
No, we can't.
Exactly.
That would require violence.
No, there'll be some shops, but they're probably out your price range at the moment. Which for Serpentis
Violence.
is 0.
Hey, I'm wealth level 3.
Yes, you can maintain what you have, but you can't
Yeah.
buy anything new.
Just give it a week or two until my house rent comes in.
Oh.
No.
What are you talking about? I have a free slot open. I can afford a single wealth level 3 item.
But yeah, there's. Apart from that, though, it's your standard drudgery. People kind of mope around. I mean, coming from the barbarian lands, this place will be incredibly
Miserable.
dull.
I'm guessing this lake here.
That's
Sort of-
grass. It was grass. In better times, that was a grassland.
Oh, so it's just now sort of. Are we
Yeah.
talking sort of completely abandoned, wild growing field? Or are we talking sort of it's just died off and it's just.
It's depressed looking grass right
It's
now.
died off. It's
It's yellow.
grey. It's do you know
Hmm.
when it's been summer for so long that everything's just brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's that. It's starting
Okay.
to be encroached on because there are like edicts saying this is common land and it's used for festivals and stuff like that.
And since when has that ever stopped certain landlords?
But yeah, who's going to have a festival on that?
Well,
Well, it's common land, but no one's maintaining it because it's common.
Well, it's because everything's dying off.
yeah.
Between Narrow Street and Darkwood, you've got the market, which is those 2 empty squares.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah,
those are
over
the
here.
market squares. They're full of mobile tents and stuff like that. And the market is thriving. And it's probably the happiest place because you can actually get good stuff. Okay.
So that means there's bureaucrats carefully watching to make sure no one gets too happy.
Oh yes, there's one pretty much everywhere, making sure like nothing too exciting is sold.
No. This is the thing. Here's the thing. It's like it's all. The thing is to make sure that that everything is properly that is maintained. everything that happens in the marketplace happens there, but as they're leaving, they come across a taxation desk where you have to give them your receipts for what you've purchased, and then they charge you the taxes on top of that, so you get all in nice one lump depressing sum.
Oh, the American system, yeah.
Hey-oh.
I thought the American system was tax money every time someone looks at it.
No, the American system is, this is the price, but we add tax on later. Even though the tax is no. It's like, are you going to nip across the state line between picking it up and buying it?
To be fair, the whole state lines thing.
There are a few places where you can.
Yes, we call that Canada.
And there are a couple of shops across state lines.
Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Anyways. So, yeah. There might be a wedding going on. So
is it so grey and gloomy it's hard to tell?
Yeah, there's like 20 or 30 people like lined up talking to a bureaucrat, so
that's either a wedding or a funeral, both.
There's no coffin, so it might be a funeral, but it's probably more likely a wedding, because the Empire, like, one of the things is to prevent true love is you just get like married off in lots.
Oh god, it's political marriages writ large, isn't it? Okay.
Not even political. They literally just pick random names. They do try and get people from different villages, so you've got no chance of actually knowing the person.
And, hopefully avoiding
inbreeding.
Yeah. Yeah. Not
Wait,
to put too fine a point on it, but yeah.
I was going to say, not knowing the person would probably help.
Wait, for what?
Inbreeding.
No, not for that. But what are we doing to what?
Random marriages.
Marriage is my lot.
Oh, random marriages.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're at the age of you're at the age of majority. Here's your wife, and or husband.
Okay.
It's basically a way of preventing true love. You can't have people marrying people they love. You just
stories
pick
get
someone.
written.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Can't have that.
It is random, so people do get on. People do actually fall in love. But it's not true love.
It's a more civilized kind of love, though.
Yeah.
There is love, but there's no romance.
Yeah. And the romance is what they're after. Or we're trying to prevent.
Exactly.
We're trying to
they're aiming for the 2 years of being together stage, where the body chemicals switch to like reliance and like familiarity as opposed to that like first sparks.
Yeah, rather than the chase and what do you call it, the whirlwind part.
Which is why most relationships end around the 2 year mark, because that's when the biological change switches over.
Unless they're into that, I guess.
It's not the same for everyone, but average 2 years is that's when that change comes in, and you like what is love switches round.
Fair enough.
Stockholm syndrome for they're falling in love.
True. What is love is a very complicated question. I've written songs about it.
Yeah.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Anyway.
Unless you want to.
Well,
unless I want you to. Sorry.
No more.
All right, calm down, Tom Lehrer.
Relationships aside, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
we are here in this picturesque humdrum of a town. Elliot Broadwin is going to take the word of the guy at the front desk properly as a man who has multiple weapons on his back, broad shoulders, and a not really winning smile, a toned down winning smile. Going to go and apply for work in the military.
All right.
May want to specify port guards rather than military, because if you just say military, you might get
For
some.
the port for the local people here.
Please don't volunteer for overseas service. We only just got here.
Mm-hmm.
I get shipped back over to the barbarian.
Well, that was what I was worried about. It'd be like, okay, yeah, you're going back to barbarian lands on an incursion. Wait, what?
No, this is the opposite of what I need to have.
I'm hoping to be a guard or a city guard or some shit like that, some such like that.
Yeah.
To get closer with some level of legitimacy.
So, you'll go up you head towards the Grand Battery, I assume?
Not the Grand Battery. Oh, I'm going to go and see where the recruiting offices are first. I'm going to ask those questions as a man who needs work. I'm sure just walking up to the Grand Battery is not going to be is going to get me a pike in the face.
Oh, be fair, it might be in the gizzard.
I'm going to stab people for asking. That's too much paperwork.
No, not for. Well, I understand, but it's the kind of thing where it's like,
Gray is correct. It's too much paperwork.
So they'll say, okay, papers.
I hand them my cards and so forth. I hand him my registration
So
card.
we can get you some work in the docks. Seems to be in line with your paperwork.
I am unfortunately vagrantical. Is there any means of board at the docks? Is there a on-site is there a workman's commune or compound?
No, there are flop houses though, and payment is at end of every day. Flop houses will give you a evening meal and a bed.
Is it at all possible to is this a not just for the dock working, but is it possible to be working for the guards and for the guards around for that?
Waiting list for the guards is 3 years, mate.
Oh, for 3 years, I see.
Yeah, it's a very prestigious position. You got to prove you're a good community player. Get on the right side of what's his face, Macarodius.
Macarodius, you say?
Yeah,
Who is Macarodius?
Macarodius is the battery master, the guy in charge of the Grand Battery. You know,
Nice.
he's a strict disciplinarianism. But since he's been in charge, not one barbarian has landed. He trains those guys twice a day. I mean, you'll pretty much, it's the equivalent of the bells in this place. You know, 9 in the morning, 6 in the evening, gunnery drills for about half hour. I mean, Lord Commander's not happy, but yeah, it's only because she doesn't want to spend on the gunpowder.
Also, being woken up at 9 a.m. every day is probably not the best for her.
Oh no, she's up well before that. Always something to be made. Yeah, Celius is she's a hard worker, but everyone knows about the grift.
The grift?
Yeah, she's been like moving stuff aside, skimming from the top. You know, no gold, but there's a couple of warehouses that are fuller than they should be, and you know, it's well known that she's planning on retiring at some point.
So basically, local taxation. You're saying?
Yes,
you should definitely write that down in your secrets notebook.
Yes. Plot has been dropped.
No, really.
Yeah.
The plot has entered the room.
No. That right there sounds like a secret. That's a social weaponry.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on who you give it to. Is a question. Is there a notes page or something like that we can get to, Gray?
I should have notes.
You guys don't have Notepad++ on your machines?
Well, yes, but I would
journal.
rather.
If you go to
journal.
journal, yeah. You should be able to create a journal entry.
Oh.
Wait. Okay, let me real quick. So this is Bastion.
Well, yeah, it's not much of a secret if everyone knows. It's just like widely known that she's skimming from the top.
Well, yes, but we need to go find out what
in
she's
the town.
Yeah.
But you know, there's secrets and then there's secrets.
I mean,
she might not know that everybody knows.
Or she has reached her. Well, here's the thing: she has currently reached her corruption quota, which is a part of the local paperwork.
Probably true.
Every official is allowed a certain level of corruption.
Yes, quite accounted for.
In a bureaucracy ran by Ellen Smithy, I'm sure that such things would be accounted for in triplicate.
This town commander. Sorry, while writing stuff.
Can you get her name again?
Huh?
What's her name again?
Lord Commander Helena Stelos. I'll paste it.
Thank you.
Local Commander Helena Sarvos.
And the other guy mentioned was the Battery Master Dimitrios Makaredos.
Lord Commander Corrupt Gun Collecting.
Anyway, this guy's kind of right. There's your work quota. Go down there, do a good day's work, get yourself settled. You know, after a few days, you might be able to afford to rent somewhere nicer. And then,
Thank you.
Year or so, we'll have you a proper member of the town.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Hopefully, this turns your life around.
I'm sure it will be the start of a grand journey. And there is also
Cord is never seen enough again as he becomes a dock worker.
Yep.
Well, I need to have some
As
level
you do.
of first level integration into this into a place where I'm infiltrating. We have a few weeks to do this, so I need to have a cover of some sort.
It's a fair cop. I mean, Johannes, aka Colm, is going to go to the market and essentially start rubbing shoulders because technically, while he has a paper job of being an entertainer, I suspect that's very heavily regulated. So for now, he's just going to stick to sort of grubbing for information amongst the marketplace, seeing as that's hopefully where people will be a little more open to chat. Particularly, viz, say, anyone who's particularly, the big people of the town. Are they well liked? Not. Are they, say, is anyone really so is anyone so disliked that even in this miserable sort of grey place, people are prepared to admit they're a bit of an arse?
Not really. Apart from the one the battery commander isn't liked by his men. Selos is generally known to be a good administrator, but massively on the take.
Fair.
Like a bit of a skinflint. Like, could spend more on the town, is what they're saying. But everything runs well. But even for like an emperor town, this is a kind of a bit on the rundown and shoddy side. Like the roads are clean, but the buildings are about as old as they can get.
Yeah, you can get away with.
Yep. The only other person who would be mentioned would be Robert Colby, the guild master.
Okay.
So he's a Wolf Islander, and is pretty much the head of the trading guild in the area. So he's considered to be an outsider by a lot of people, and it's disliked because A, he's a foreigner, and B, he's rich. And a little too on the extravagant side for most of the Empire people.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't get to be a guild master just from being cheap, one assumes.
But yeah, the Empire's all about like concealing your wealth, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
And well, Arn will start flashing his credentials around and see if he can find the record storage place and pull the records on the local wizard.
All right. So you'll have the paperwork to get in. So if you could make me a reason check to see what you come up with.
Mind if I tag along?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and
So-
I'll add a bonus dice for my previous work as an enumerator.
Yeah.
I'll just roll my reason check.
Okay.
I suppose I could add a bonus dice for, being a college student.
Okay. Follow the trade winds. Oops. Let's not wipe her name out by pasting the old one on. She's been here for 50 years. She's not had to do much for the last 40 years because she wrecked an entire barbarian fleet using magic. And since then, she's basically just done enough. Like, whenever a threatening looking ship has come, she does a bit of a light display and just lets them know she's still there. Mostly, she's apparently been doing her own research. But
Has she registered that research, or is it just under a block grant?
It'll be registered. It's working on the links between magic and emotion.
So could be literally anything.
It's a wizard. The wizards don't go around saying exactly what they're doing.
They don't have these
that's
wizards
important.
don't have to apply for grants.
Well, she doesn't need a grant because she's employed as defender of the town. That is her
Yeah.
grant.
Mhm.
Yep, so we're definitely going to have to get her to have a inconvenient spell blight.
Hmm.
Just send the werewolf to cast spells underneath a window until something goes wrong.
But I'm really bad at failing magic.
Yeah, but hopefully she's not as bad at it. So if you just
Yeah, but I have
crack the
to
area
fail
pressure-
in order to start.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't want to do it too quickly, though. They might send a replacement.
No, agreed. Anything we do ideally should happen just before the invasion. So
Well, we need to instill a weakness that we can activate on command.
I wonder if then. Well, first of all, you're right about the wizard. That's a priority. Second priority might be the guildmaster. He's rich. He's not well liked. He might be looking for new friends.
There might be, and also as a person who's working in the
play.
docks, there is a. I'm hoping to be assigned to carry certain materials to a certain warehouse to double check what they have there.
One of hers.
Yes. To see the materials that she smuggled and see if we can, because everyone knows she's smuggling material. What if they found out that she's smuggling I don't know, what if half the Imperial magazine ends up from their stockpiles over into her private holdings
You're
warehouses?
suggesting she's been smuggling the Hello magazine.
Well, I mean, what if they found that would be the case, whether she's been doing that beforehand or not? You know.
Oh, it would be a terrible shame if that suddenly started happening. People find out.
Yeah, you know.
Terrible shame.
Suddenly started to have happening.
Get the two main political people annoyed at each other.
Also, I mean that's actually a tertiary. The commander and the commander. Sorry, if the commander and the battery master don't like each other already, poking each other into
Hostilities.
yes. I mean I don't think we'll get an outright confrontation out of a few days, but if they're too busy bickering amongst
But-
themselves to look outward, it's a start.
That it's also the fact that you just the main thing is that we need to slow down their response time, and I don't know, several calls of wolf / breakdown in communications that they're not talking to each other and so forth, just to make the
Didn't we get told that the battery master runs daily drills pretty much every morning with batteries?
yes, 9 and 9.
It'd be a terrible
9
shame if there started to be powder fires or some sort of accident with a battery every morning drill.
It depends on. Oh, I mean,
Yes.
I'm just a humble dock worker. I haven't even got them to. I would have to somehow finagle my way into letting them letting me staff the moving the magazines and materials.
I appreciate this is sort of requiring prep, but I'm just thinking ahead slightly. It'd be a good way to both A, get them at each other's throats, and B, undermine the battery. If they start having. If it looks like they're getting lax, then people might start cracking down on the battery master.
Or bad materials, or it's just just some such and such and so to undermine it.
Yeah, and if they start having terrible, terrible powder accidents, then we might even blow up a few cannon before the goes anyway.
Well, the thing, yeah, the thing is to have it
I mean-
happen at the proper timing.
Ah,
Is to set these abilities, these
things in motion, yes.
possibilities up in advance so we can put them in place before the big time.
The powder stores will not be guarded lightly.
No, well, they shouldn't be. They wouldn't expect them to be attacked in the middle of what is fairly quiet a
I mean,
port
we're
with
not-
decent naval forces.
Well, the main thing is just finding out where they are and how they're stored. Because the thing is that they can get lax at any point in time. You know, you're only as good as your worst day.
Indeed.
And the information should not be too difficult. Hard-worked soldiers will spend their money on simple reassurance, and they spend money with people willing to take money for acts questionable.
Who is the foremaster for the dock working, Ray? For the dock hauling?
I don't know. I would just find out.
Because I just need to. Because I understand that was my cover, but I'm just like, because people need things lifted anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is what's her face a married woman? The commander.
Yes.
Is she a happily married woman?
You have no idea.
In this empire, I doubt it.
I'm just saying, is she a woman that, if looking out and seeing a man hauling heavy materials over his shoulder, shirtless, glistening in sweat in the sunlight, having it properly shining and so forth, could be enticed?
You'll have to find out, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Anastasia Papas is the foreman.
Anastasia Papas. Give me a second. Do you have a where's
There
do
you
you
go.
have her on?
He's just put it in chat.
I'm looking for it now. No, that's him saying BRB. There we go.
No, in Foundry.
In Foundry.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that.
Could you also put down the Guildmaster's name? Great, it's the one I didn't get.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so great. I went and made a
Well,
a journal
it's like just above the one.
for Bastion notes, so you can
yeah.
just add those there.
I think the journal notes are private, unless people are starting to see what I've been
Are
writing.
they? Oh, you're writing them too.
Well, I've been writing my own random. I don't know.
If
If you go into the journal, can you see?
I have
Bastion?
Bastion notes, but
No. Okay, in that case, we can't see each other's.
I hate it when that. Can you make? Is there a way
I'm
for you to
having
make
a
them
look.
public?
Show players. Owner. There you go. Yeah, I have to just go it owner all players. There you go. You should be able to see them.
That's your plot. That's your plot notes, Gray.
No, that's not my plot notes. I'm not stupid enough to keep my plot notes in there. My plot notes
I see Bastion plot.
Yeah,
That's me.
That's the 20th.
Oh,
That's your
see-
plot. You're
there's
the ones
also-
doing the plotting.
Okay,
Nope,
because
not clickable.
could you make notables available, Gray?
Yeah, I already have.
Notables is available.
Okay, Bastion notables is available. All right.
Yeah. To say my notes are currently small for me.
Far enough.
2,500 words for the game notes.
Nice.
Okay, because I was wondering if why no one was yelling at me about my horrible spelling.
Well, we don't want to harp on. I also dislike Foundry immensely. It's criticizing the spelling of the word arse.
That's your web browser.
Foundry doesn't care.
All right.
All right, then. So Arn had a decent point there as well, actually. Soldiers off in the Cat Road area will probably be burning money on incredibly stupid stuff every evening.
Yes.
If we want to get information and or money out of random soldier folk, that's the place we need to be.
They say for all his money, I see him parted. That's nothing like a soldier.
Yeah, a fool and his money might be easily parted, but a soldier and his money might be quickly parted.
Yeah.
And if you have a foolish soldier, well,
Foolish soldiers don't make any money.
I thought that was mercenaries. Foolish mercenaries make no. Crap joke aside, we've got several options then. I've just forgotten what.
Yeah,
Just
they
forgotten
are.
what our hero's fake name is. Sorry. Elliot?
Is it on his character sheet?
Yes, it is. There we go. Elliot. Elliot might sort of have an idea about trying to seduce the Lord Commander. We have the option of also messing with the battery in some sort of logistical capacity. We need to do something about the wizard, particularly if she's famous enough in the barbarian community where her very presence is going to cause the invasion fleet pause. And I feel like the Guildmaster might be an opportunity in the making if we butter him up properly.
This might work.
Only other thing that really comes to mind is that if we can disable the Grand Battery, or at least damage it, but the main fortress actually inside Docksward is something we need to keep an eye on as well. Because even if the ships can get in, they'll have to deal with that. I'm assuming, Gray, the actual fortress on the coastline here will have some cannon, but not as much as the Grand Battery.
The Grand Battery is designed to shoot out. The fortress is kind of to protect the other approaches. So, yeah.
The fortress is to repel actual landings.
Yeah. The battery is designed to properly hammer anyone who comes in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the battery's got the big 100-pound cannon that can shoot for miles.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that actually on the day of the attack, we could do worse than making sure the gate stays open. That might be a really convenient thing to do, just to stop them from being able to hole up there and having a last stand.
Well, we can consider the fortress an extra goal because taking out the battery is required for ships to get anywhere near here and the wizard. But the fortress they could potentially siege, but
Oh, but it's the fact getting the landing actually good. Again, it's I only have I have to act quickly, so we'll see what I can get done. But for active plans of action, we need more information. So if I need to get my boss on side.
I might go up with the
No.
Guildmaster then, in all fairness. He's already an outsider. He might respect more outside. I mean, let's face it, I hardly blend in. Getting him at least on board or quite possibly willing to do us a few favours on the big day might be quite useful. Herod, I'm sure, would be helping us immensely, but he appears to be speaking in tongues instead.
Yep. Wizard wall.
Well, is he actually trying to cast the wizard's spells, I wonder?
Oh,
This is what
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
No, I'm trying to post a link to my character sheet. Because if that works, then I can post a link to a journal page. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work properly.
I mean, shouldn't your journals be showing up because they're in the journal tab?
I wanted to be able to post them without having to make Gray do it.
Feel like
Do you not have access to a show players tab at the top?
No.
Right. What settings have I got you guys on?
GM only thing.
You're on trusted players, so.
I mean, that was your first mistake.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well, we're all trusted players. It's just that the trust level is very low.
Fair point. Fair correction.
I may have just accidentally kicked you all out there. Hopefully not.
Hey.
Well, every time I look at the town map, I can't help but think giant enemy crab.
Yeah, it's got all the little bristly things as well.
Oh,
That's kind of more
yeah.
like a tick, though.
Yeah, more like a tick, yeah.
In fairness, I was going to say,
The life force out of the barbarians through trade.
and the river. It's just leeching money out of the river. This is a weirdly apt description.
Filthy traders. Trading in filth.
All right. Who wants to step up first?
It sounds like Discard and I are the ones with immediate plans. Discard, do you want to kick off first, seeing as you're barely settled in the hole?
It's we have that in the flop house. You know what? Let me see if I can get my boss. See if I can get my boss to see if I can get put in places where where it would be beneficial for me to be. So I need to charm my boss I need to get into the good graces, weasel myself into the way of my good graces of my superior in the dock working land
All right.
line.
What's your plan for doing that?
I'm going to need to enlist some help in research this person, and I'm going to try and to do a charm offensive. You know, I'm new. I'm here. I look good, and it's just I don't know. The thing is, you can't really just say much of what you're going to do with somebody without knowing the person you're trying to do something with. So, how do you learn in social combat? How do you learn about things about a person?
I believe you can make a social attack to learn a secret.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the main thing. So,
I'm looking for social combat.
Chapter 5, page 43.
Yeah. So if you don't know what your opponent's inspirations are, you can't damage them. How do you find out the inspirations? The same way you find any secret role. Investigate, threaten, control, whatever it takes.
So I'm going to investigate my boss then.
Yeah.
So if you have a demand like wanting to know a secret, then you could attack. Then you can make that demand your attack, and if you succeed, he either takes mood damage or has to agree to whatever it is.
Yep.
So, abstracting this over the case of several days, I am going to be wheeling at my boss. Damn. What is the
This would be opposed. It's social. You're in a charisma check. All right.
Don't forget you can use clothing items as gear here as well.
In the dark.
I don't have the thing.
Check out my cool tattoo, boss.
Yeah. Look, I've got the Union colours.
There you go. See? It's not a big thing.
Yes, it was Teamsters that brought
So
down
that
the Grey
takes
Emperor.
that's me taking mood damage from that, right?
Yes, you take a point of mood damage.
All right.
I'm
Well.
really glad somebody got that dangerous joke. Thank you.
You know what? Next day, out post work drinking flop house, dipping into my own money a bit to fund a little bit of this, probably for like 10 gold worth.
All right. You can have an upgrade on that then.
So that's a D10 then?
Yep.
Okay, give me a second.
As Anastasia, after the first day where she doesn't just you're the new person, she's not interested. It's just like get back to work. Second day, you put some work in.
There we go. But the thing is, I want to work, but I want to know more about you, good ma'am.
As I come from Transylvania.
She'll soften. She's pretty much lived here all her life. Yeah.
I will give her the smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Smile back. Just, yeah. But after that, it'll be kind of more of a, all right, let's get back.
Yes, this is going to be overtime.
Yes, this isn't a rapid social hit. this is a slow wearing down. So go for another round.
All right. So for another round. All right. I don't have the upgrade anymore, do I?
No.
So you can use a heart die as well, if you remember correctly.
If you can
Well,
link it
pop
to
inspiration.
yeah.
I
I mean, you could pop.
do it for the lady. Don't I have I do it for the
Yeah,
ladies?
you have to do it for the ladies. Yeah.
Well, that's at a 1. What does that do?
Well, it just means it's easy to destroy.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But tapping an inspiration, doing it for the
apparently
ladies.
What's the right word for it?
Mm.
The Lothario traits. God, that's the word I'm looking for.
Lothario. You mean Lothario?
Yeah, Lothario traits are easily damaged. You're not entirely confident with them.
When you're starting out, you're very you're reticent. So if I tap an inspiration, that does what? Just then we'll check this right here because I need a quick reference sheet. I'm bad at this.
To
Mhm.
you can kind of just say I used an inspiration if it vaguely makes sense,
Yeah.
or if you can come up with a good character-filled reason for why the inspiration makes sense, then you can just take the maximum roll you would get on it as a bonus. So it gives you kind of a floor.
I know, just because I haven't. My inspiration's only 1, so I'm just trying to tap this one. So I'm going to tap this one before rolling it, but I don't trying to remember what the mechanical bit of it is.
Oh, actually, inspirations give you your heart die as a bonus
So,
die.
yeah.
Yes.
You roll your
They're
charisma.
quite good.
So you roll a d8 and a d6.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it is. All right,
Yeah.
right. Thank you. 20
Sorry,
charisma
I got you were trying to say there.
and heart. Why?
Because
Roll a
Alright.
1.
No,
wow.
she was immune to your charms.
Well, did
So-
you roll? Because I only saw 2 things there. Or did you probably
The
roll?
4. I rolled twice in a row. They're both 4s though.
Oh, okay. For now.
For now.
For
But you take another point
so,
of mood because you're not used to this happening. Somebody's
yes.
not interested in you.
Preposterous. Nonsensical.
Pepe Le Pew
Someone's cheating.
montage.
Someone's cheating, and not with you.
All right.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna take
I'm gonna take
a short break. I only have like 1 mood left, so I'm gonna take a short break. If I could take a recovery break on that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try one more time before my mood's out, and I will take a mulligan on that for a bit.
Okay.
So go ahead. You were saying, Greg?
Oh, I just roll.
All right.
Only a 2 this time.
Well, it matched for that then.
Why'd you roll charisma twice?
Because I clicked it, I didn't hear the roll. I did not hear the rolling sound for the first one.
You still can trigger your d6, so you can get your d6.
Okay, one more time for the D6.
Also a 2.
2, yes.
You had the bigger dice, so you break ties though.
Yay!
So,
Mademoiselle, I am a man here of unknown origin. I have no friends. I need I need company.
he's
Which
Italian
part of
now.
the Empire
He was
are you from?
Transylvanian earlier, now he's Italian.
What kind of
He's
traveling
Trying
vampire
new
are you?
accents until one of them works, and then he's stuck with it for 50 years.
Oh god.
Okay, yeah. She's getting flattered. I mean, you obviously put in some good work on the dogs.
The charm offensive is going hard.
You'll have earned 10 gold by now, by the way.
Yay! That brings me back for the money I spent for the booze earlier.
Basically spent most of a week's wages on a night out. That's pretty on track for a farm, for a dog worker.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Mm-hmm. So it's good.
Yeah. I think one more hit and you'll get her.
Okay.
You'll
One more hit.
Yeah.
One more hit to be known near and far for the greatest of my highest inspirations. To be known as a man, a lover, a grand person, There we
Of
go.
course, you
charisma.
ace it. That explodes. So you get. We actually forgot to do that earlier, but yeah, that's an exploding dice. So I think you get to roll the next one up on top.
So,
Yep.
so a D10 as well.
Yep.
All right, then go to roll 1d10.
Now, hang on a second. I just realized this. If a dice explodes bigger, up to a max, I think, of a D12, does
Yeah.
that mean your dice size for the roll increases too? Like if I'm rolling a D8 against a guy with a D10 and I explode twice and we tie, does it?
Yes,
does mine
because
count as bigger?
your biggest dice is a D12. Yeah.
Cool. Hadn't thought about that before.
I don't think there's a limit on how far you can explode.
I mean, you would have to be rolling
No, that's
maxes all the
something
way
else.
up.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
It would be very peculiar to be able to roll matches all the way up.
Yeah, but there's no limit. So I think it's built in. It's so rare it's going to happen.
Well, if
that-
I've got if I'm throwing an 8 and he's got a 10 and he rolls a 9, and then he rolls a 10 and then throws something bad on his D12. No, he would be throwing a D12 too at that point.
Yeah. So
But
Yeah.
no, what I'm saying is the chance of you rolling from like multiple ups is rare enough that it's kind of one of those things you would let happen in a game if we're that
just
lucky.
saying chance.
Yeah,
Well, it's 1 in 6 on a D6.
but then it goes up to 1 in 8, then 1 in 10.
Yep. It's quite the elegant system. I very much like it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just going to be trying to get how can I put this? Delivery and everything being put on delivery works for say to take things to the military parts. Like how it is my mama's previous want was my young son would need to be a what's it called again? A soldier one day. But how would I be noticed working this far from the Grand Bastion?
Yeah, she'll
And
take
just-
pity on you, and yeah, you've
Yes.
done some good work for the last week, and she will give you the next delivery there. But she points out this night
Mhm.
the battery master tends to bring his people in. He likes train from the academies and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
there's very little chance you're actually getting there's anything more than a sweep or
As a
something like that. But you'll be able to go as a delivery boy.
Yes, that's all I ask. It's all I only want is a chance.
Back to Transylvania again.
Trans-
This
tree-born
is the most
Italians.
geographically confused vampire we've ever encountered.
No, mention now it's Italian and
Not even a
Transylvanian.
vampire.
Your wandering accents.
Look, at least they're funny for now.
Well, yeah.
It's a horrible curse.
I'm
I'm just glad I
Italian.
managed to avoid it.
I'm just helping him
I
along
wasn't.
with
Well, look, I'm sure somebody out there.
That's
There was an Italian man who was turned into a vampire. So you have the.
Being a vampire is not what
That's
you see. It's not what makes you speak in a Transylvanian accent.
No. Let's run with this logic now. There is no native human person in Transylvania. You can only become Transylvanian once you're a vampire. This is the logic that we are now
Terrible.
applying.
That or being bitten by a vampire transplants the Transylvanian accent into you because how else do you
Right.
talk
That's
through
where the
Lord
prefix
Fa-
comes from. It's
Makes sense.
literally the Sylvanian is the language, and it's Transylvanian because it transports Sylvanian onto you when you're bitten. My God, discard.
Yes.
Write this down.
Logic checks out.
Can't
No,
argue.
logic checked out of the building some time ago. Let's be honest.
Yes, that is true.
Got to
Uh,
discard would be told with Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, we'd be useless, utterly useless.
We make it what's is it Malkavian?
True, we'd have a
yes.
decent shout at being Malkavians. Anything else, we would be, fodder for the Sabbat in like the first 5 seconds.
if we were
Masquerade breaches every 5 minutes.
Okay.
that's the
Never.
Well,
that's
we'll
the
move on to
difficult bit.
Serpentis while you trundle up towards the battery.
Yes, while I'm trundling the battery around. So Serpentis in the time where Cord was getting it
Actually
with the
working for
battery.
anything.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, in all fairness, working for a living and or flirting mercilessly with his boss. So,
Yeah.
Work and play. All right. Let's worry about the wizard then. Presumably she'll have. Well, she can't be completely self-sufficient in that line. She'll have to get something.
Oh yeah, there'll be food going out and stuff like that. Or she'll probably go into town herself.
Ah, okay. In that case, then, first job, trawl around the market for a bit, and just shadow her a bit when she comes into the market. Try and work out, say, her movements. And I'm not saying I'm immediately setting up to assassinate, but
Not immediately.
You are going to negotiate with a knife through her throat.
yeah, that
Or-
might be on the to-do list.
That, or you call the assassin, or the point where you get to the knife to her throat is your hello. This is my employment interview,
This is an encouragement for you to leave.
or to
All right.
these are my recommendations.
I'm trying to
Consider
decide if this would
CV.
be a chase, but I don't think it's exactly a chase, is it? It's more of a.
I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's a chase. I know this would give me better dice if it was a chase, but I don't think it's a chase just yet.
I mean,
I
it could
feel
be a
like it's
shadow.
more
It could be a shadowing, like a slow chase.
I think it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Hopefully.
get the chase rules of them.
Yeah, we haven't
Hey.
used them yet. We have not used them yet.
Yeah. So this is a nice, easy one where it doesn't really matter.
Says you.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's not like you're not going to be jumping from rooftops and stuff. Well, you might be, but
I mean,
You
going up in
can-
the treetops has worked well for
You
Johannes
can-
so far. He's not going to be running.
You can climb the treetops if you feel like it.
yeah.
I'm certainly going to say, it's Assassin's Creed stuff. We're not going in for the kill here, but we're blending into crowds. We're sort of ditting down alleyways.
Everyone
Would you
ignores
allow-
the guy wearing bright white for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah, with
So-
the distinct hand-wrist dagger that only assassins have.
But as long as you
Uh.
as long as you just walk with the crowd, no one's ever going to notice you. Okay,
Exactly.
so I will say she's right. I'm trying to figure out actions. Where's the base distance?
There are 6 range increments, 1 to 5, and long.
We'll say she's at prey. You're tailing her from a distance at this point.
Okay, yeah.
So do you want to? This is walking through the streets. So your target number will be the Doom. You just got to not stand out amongst the drudgery.
Okay. Just to be clear before I invoke this, I'm assuming this is a new scene since the initial Passport Bureau.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to lower the Doom for myself by 1 for the rest of the scene.
Okay.
God bless being an islander.
Quite nice.
So, fine. I'm going to, for now, just... I'm not going to try and push it to get much closer. I believe the default action is just keeping pace.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do under control because I actually start losing range.
Yeah.
So, that feels counterintuitive. So what I'm going to do instead then is, I'll just run for now. So you said it was Doom 3, which I've reduced to 2.
Yep.
Okay, so fortunately, this is where Hunted comes in. I now am rolling D10s on quickness in chases. Okay.
Okay. So I say exploding, so you get to roll a d12.
Lovely stuff.
This is where he
This is
rolls his way
important.
up to a d20, isn't it? And we say, oh, it's rare.
Yeah, exactly. If I
Well, we
roll
just did
worse
that.
on the D12 than I do the D10, am I allowed to keep the D10
Yep.
result?
So you're just adding an extra dice to your pool.
14.
No, a 10 and a 4.
10 and
Well-
4, yeah.
Yes, sorry, you're quite right.
It's all right. I'm used to exploding dice getting added together too.
I'll
But yeah,
say-
Johannes is going to be sort of, crowd surfing. Sorry, we're not in concert yet. Dipping in and out of crowds for now.
Yeah, you
No,
can easily
you're
follow her.
You just have a board on top of, you're just boarding on top of their head.
Yeah.
Just borrow someone's wagon as a servant. Okay, cool. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to fall to hubris here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a trick.
Ooh.
What I would like to do is essentially sort of fade close enough to. And the next time it looks like she's sort of having a conversation with someone, or say nipping into a house to have some discussion. I want to fade close enough to overhear the most of it before fading back and being spotted.
Okay.
I think when it comes to tricks, you have the right to determine.
The difficulty
Yes.
modifier.
Yeah, it's at least one or more. I feel like, given that this is a fairly crowded scene, would one be okay?
Yeah,
Or
I
do you
think
feel-
one. She doesn't know she's being followed. She's got the reason to doing that. So yeah, you're just trying to get in close and kind of look at something while she's talking.
Okie dokie. So D10.
Yeah. Can you put that loaded D10 back, please?
No.
Perhaps.
I'll put it back when we're done with the session.
She has
Okay.
no idea.
Best will in the world. Normal D10 or not, that's not going to stop me.
All right.
I mean, at this point, I could be doing sort of bright blue handstands behind her, and I don't think she'd notice.
Nope, she definitely seems to be kind of not engrossed. Yeah, engrossed is actually the word I was looking for. But she's having a good old chat. She's talking about how her research is going well. All that. What type of information are you on the lookout for?
This essentially was one of two things. It's if I could pick up a sly secret, and if I couldn't, just general routine working when she wasn't, her patterns when she's not in the tower, and therefore might be a little more attackable.
Yeah.
Does she have, say, guards? Just, general routines for now. If I pick up a secret along the way, that's fantastic. But that's, I sense, going to involve a different set of roles, which might.
What you'll pick up, she's basically living alone. She doesn't have servants. She does pretty much everything for herself. She just seems to get on well with the people she's meeting. There's a lot of politeness because no one wants to get the wrong side of a known wizard. But it's not too forced.
Okay.
But yeah, she's definitely talking about she's going to cook her own meals and she's got to pick up some stuff to help repair bits of the roof. Yeah. So definitely there's no servants there from what you can pick up. But she doesn't really talk about her work and stuff like that with random people on the street. These are just as you would with shopkeepers you see every day or every week.
Okay.
She's not going to talk about her research with somebody who doesn't even understand the basics. Oh yes, the doohickey and the thingamabob is doing much better. The guy's just going, I'm a shopkeeper.
Jimmy wants it. Yeah, the Jimmy wants it's gone really well this season.
Yeah.
At this point, you can talk about wizardry or winemaking.
Yeah.
Or both. Actually, arcane wine sounds like a fantastic idea, but that's a different setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You going to continue to try and tail?
Yeah, I'll give it one more stab because I have an idea on what I'm doing on my day 2 now. But let's just see if I can gather anything else on day 1 with this chase. I'll give it one more stab, and then I have a day 2.
Yep.
There we go.
But
Okay, technically, I handed back the loaded D10.
Yeah. Okay, you get the feeling that she's kind of like, this blue man keeps turning up wherever I am, but nothing about it.
Apparently, she's used to the Blue Man Group.
Yeah. She will pick up a she'll head into the old district where she'll for a ship that's arrived, where she'll collect a couple of small monkeys in crates, which you will then kind of have put onto a little wheelbarrow, and she'll start wheeling it back towards the lighthouse.
Oh. Okay. Johannes kind of pushed his luck there, so he's going to break off at that point. Okay. Monkeys. Probably experimental subjects. All right. Day 2 job. I
Okay.
need a pen. Well, need some parchment and a decent quill. Oh, Arn?
Well, he's busy doing his own thing, so.
Right. All right. In which case, I'm going to go to the market and sort of just cajole my way into sort of getting my hands on some pen and a parchment for a minute, because I have a letter to write to the wizard.
You shouldn't have any problem finding pen and paper. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
I mean, I'm grateful, because otherwise, knowing my luck, I would have started rolling back ones. What I'm going to do, essentially, is I know that there is a critical thing she probably wants fixed, but hasn't got around to because she has no servants.
Mhm.
I'm going to essentially write her a letter going that, dear, I've just got dip, your Highness Polo of the Trade Winds, I understand that your tower requires non-critical but somewhat life. What's the word? Quality of life. That's it. I understand that the roof of your tower requires quality of life repairs, but not urgent repairs. I'm a out-of-city traveling
Roof, are you
handyman,
kidding?
and would like to, handyman route, sort of odd jobs, and would like to offer my services to fix your roof. Please contact me at, and I'll just provide whichever house I'm at for return correspondence.
You do windows repairs. You tie this note around your advertising around a brick and throw it to give it
Through the
to her window.
If I was looking to hack her off, I'd do that, but I'm trying to not immediately hack off the wizard.
It
Yes.
seems someone's broken your window.
It has come to our attention that you are in immediate need of window repair.
But yeah, so day 2 is going to be sending that letter to the wizard's tower. What I might do, actually, given that there's probably going to be a little bit of downtime between that letter being sent and a response, is I will probably do a brief bit of entertaining in the market for some spare cash,
Okay.
because I am a wee bit skint.
Okay. Do you want to just make a
No,
charisma roll?
Holds up
that's
sign with
Johannes.
stab person for food.
Colm will hold up signs saying, do sword tricks for food. Remember, this is the important difference.
We'll
One is an
assassinate for
enjoyment.
food. We'll kill
One
your
side-
worst enemy for food.
Yeah, that's a great way to get arrested. One is something I do for fun, and one is a job. I invite you to work out which is which on your own time. Is there such a thing as employment role?
Charisma, I think, for this.
Yeah, that's valid.
No, it's right on the doom. So, yeah, make 10 gold.
I'll take that.
Clap, 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 clap.
I've had worse performances.
Yeah.
Okay, do I get a response on day 2 or?
I will say yes. That you'll get a letter through saying just like quote prices, work isn't too bad, but would be nice to get a professional in.
Nice.
Great, okay. In that case, day 3. Just checking, how long do I have before we catch up with current time?
5. Discard was
Okay.
for 5 days. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ah, sorry. Yeah, Discard was working the docks for 5 days.
Don't worry, I bring this out. Okay, day 3 then. Right letter back. Happy to quote price. Would be useful if I could inspect extent of damage later today.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to lowball a fairly lowish price of, say, 20 gold for what I understand is initial problem. Final price to follow following inspection.
And yeah, you'll probably get a reply back probably the next day. And it's not, maybe she's gonna, there's no real mail delivery up there, so it's just whenever she can bother to walk into town. She's probably not going to do that more than once a day.
Yeah, no, it's entirely fair.
I see the type of person having like morning constitutional, so I'll walk into town every day and walk back, and that's the exercise. Ready for a good day of researching.
Lone, I see you in chat. That was terrible.
Hmm.
You have to be bananas to prefer monkeys over cats. Are you allowed to shoot the chat, Gray?
No, unfortunately.
I would think that being bananas would make you not favorably disposed towards monkeys. But that's just me.
I mean, if you're made of monkeys, it might make you very well disposed to. Sorry, if you're made of bananas, it might make you very well disposed to monkeys, but perhaps
Well, it'd
too
make the
much so.
monkeys just well disposed towards you.
True. Yes, in which case on day 4, I'll present myself.
All right. The door will
And
open.
also, I'm not dressing up as a courtier. I'm not wearing armor. I am just dressed as an ordinary peasant for this. Just to be absolutely clear.
All
I'm
right.
not showing up in finery.
Okay. The door will open. It's the first thing you'll notice is a solid, like, shunk as a massive, like, bar is removed. And the door itself looks very solid. Like, solid wood, reinforced. Like, this is a tower design that is not easy to break into. The next thing you'll notice is it opens outwards.
Opens outwards, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is a common thing in fortresses that doors open outwards because you can reinforce the end, so you can't kick the door in because you can put like a lintel on the other side of the door, which means you can't just kick it in. It makes it much harder to open because the battering ram is then being reinforced by the wall, as opposed to like a normal house door which you can batter in because it opens inwards. So it's reinforced.
Lady clearly is concerned about her security. At least that's my inference.
Are you saying you don't have your doors in your house open outwards because of the fact that you have the inside reinforced?
Funnily enough.
We don't live close enough for Scotland to make that necessary.
Sir, I remind you that's very rude. We could live close to the Welsh border as well.
That's actually true. That's actually where I learned about this from. It's like that a lot of the houses in Scotland, the really old ones from the border readers, like have the doors that open outwards because like there's so much raiding, you didn't want people kicking your door down, so you just built your doors weird.
Yep, we could solve the problem, or we could just build the doors more securely for cheaper. That's the English way. Who cares for solving problems? Cut corners.
She'll like bring you in. She's dressed in like normal clothes. The room itself looks kind of as you expect, like like the ground floor to be. It's got more storage, stuff like that. The heavy stuff is down here. Of course, the roof means you'll have to lead you up through the winding staircase. Most of the doors you see are shut.
Naturally.
Because it's basically got a staircase around the outside of the tower. And then not on the inside, not on the outside, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So it's on the outer wall, it's a better way of saying it. There's a staircase that goes round.
Sorry, yeah, I'm with you.
And then the rooms are on the inside in a bit, but you can't see most of those. You'll get a glance into one room that seems to be a library. And then another room that is obviously a bedroom or something like that up near the top. The second to last room is the open like lighthouse area, which has got a like large like magical flame going in the middle. Which just seems to be, it's a pretty standard thing. They kind of enchant these things to last for 100 years.
Enchantment.
Yeah, enchantment.
Thank you, Master Dwarf. From completely different game. What did you get here? Oh, enchantment.
Enchantments.
Yeah,
I
that sums
don't
that up.
know why my brain went there.
It's entirely valid.
And then it'll be the roof. At this point, you're about 4 or 5 stories up. And so, yeah, so this is why I'm willing to pay someone. It's kind of if you look up there, you can see we've got a few tiles loose. And it's windy up here. You're out away from any cover. And it's quite high up. So
Is this where she does is this where she touches her battle spelling from?
It's
'Cause it
got
would
like
be
a
fun-
walkway around the edge.
Because it would be very hilarious if say the day that the barbarians come, she goes off to do a little bit of hocus pocus and I don't know, a greased board is she steps on a greased board, then she ahoy hoy ha ha hi's off into the off the tower.
What there?
Yeah,
Hoy, hoy.
hoy.
Thank you. I wanted that sound effect. Oh, I should have put that on a sound. Okay, so I mean, Johannes is obviously going to seriously look at his tiles. So we have a rough outer walkway, one access door, I presume, to this outer section. No
at the top.
fences.
At the top, no, there's several doors out here.
Oh, okay.
It's designed to be easily accessed. Because you're out in the middle of... You're 5 stories up out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, valid.
If you've got this far, you're probably flying and she's in serious trouble anyway.
Well, one can. While I'm up here then looking at this, I'm assuming that this is are we talking a fairly well-constructed sheer tower, or is this sort of your more old-fashioned higgledy-piggledy?
No,
this is sort of made over time?
We've painted a fortified place, gaudy colours, and then turned it into an actual useful thing.
And stuck a hat on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is me thinking ahead then. If I had to climb the outside of this later, we don't have easy natural handholds here.
No, this would be pretty sheer. It's made of cut stone.
Okay, yeah, this is the sort of...
I would say the best thing you could do is go in and actually take the job to do the renovations and set some traps up.
Oh yeah,
via that time.
Yeah, I've got an entirety of at least day 5 to accept and do the job and just start mucking around with this room. So yeah, fine. I mean, I'll make small talk on the way up, but day 4 is mostly going to just be a quick look and go, yep, okay, fine, I'll take this on. Might be 25 gold. I need to check out supplies in the town, but this should be fairly doable. So can I come back to you tomorrow and start?
Yep. Yeah, she hasn't got anything much on day to day.
If I need to sort of, during the day, if I need to sort of come down and have a word with you, what room will you?
I'll be in the library. I'll make sure I'm not doing anything too important.
Grand. I mean, it shouldn't be terribly complicated, but, a person of your prestige, I want to make sure the job's done to your specifications. Gauge the flattery. We've all been there with the tradesman flattery. Sergeant. Right. Okay, fine. In that case, I will come back on day 5, and while she is ensconced in the library, I'm going to do a couple of things. If there's several doors up here, I want to fiddle with one so that the lock's broke, at the very least. So there's at least a guaranteed in and out without needing to bust open locks.
Yeah.
That's step 1. Step 2, what is this walkway made of? Wood or stone?
Stone.
Okay. Does it have... Sorry if I'm asking a lot of repetitive questions here. Is it just an open, flat walkway out into space, or does it have, like, say, crenellations that stop you from just walking off?
It's got crenellations. We're not in Star Wars universe. Yeah.
I was really hoping we were in the Star Wars universe for this one, to be honest. It's a lot easier to push someone off a Star Wars railing.
No, this has got a good waist high kind of
I mean,
wall.
Are you telling me that the Empire has OSHA grey?
Well, here's a question: what color is the walls of the side?
Each story is a different color, either red or white, alternating.
Well, what you could do is take the measurements of the tower for the different color types, and then take a piece of rope, color them the same colors, and then while doing your job, essentially, what would one say? Stick it to the side, so it's blends in, but it's there. You can pull it out when you need to go up.
Yes. I'm just thinking I'd have to make sure I have an opportunity to get to the outside of the building as well to tie it down at base level, because I have to be able to access it from down there, but that's a start.
I mean, just the thing is, you can, like, I mean, it could be the first rung going up, make it easier for you to go up. That was a question here.
Yeah, true enough.
So
True
it's
enough.
just,
And it's several stories, you said. This isn't it, Gray? So any kind of a start would be.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, any kind of a start would be. Okay,
yeah.
then. Oh,
And you
There's-
have, because here's the thing, because she's not really paying that much attention to you while you're on premise doing your job.
apparently not, no. Although, to be fair, by the sounds of it, I have a sneaky suspicion she's had 40 years of going soft. She's basically been a guard dog for 40 years. That hasn't actually had to do anything really serious. So I wonder if she's just sort of stopped paying much attention. This is me. To be clear, Gray, I'm not saying this out loud. This is my internal monologue. I am not saying this in the Wizard Tower's own tower.
I know that, don't I? I'm not one of those yet.
Okay,
The only time when your characters are talking together, that's the only time I'll take you as actually staying stuff allowed.
I've dealt with. Yeah, fair enough. All right, so 3 jobs then. Break open one of the door locks.
Yeah.
Fix up. Actually, there's an easy way of getting that rope fixed. I can use it as a means of getting the tiles up without going inside the building. I could just fluff it as saying, "Oh, I'll set up a quick pulley on the outside, bring the tiles up to that way, and then just conveniently get the rope down afterwards." Okay, that's step 2. Step 3 then. Stone and crenellations. Does it look like? And I appreciate this might not. Does it look like she sort of? Is there lots of wear and tear around certain parts of it where it looks like she comes up to stand around?
No,
The part that would say weathered. Okay, no. In that case,
she doesn't. She doesn't spend hours standing at the staring out to sea.
no. Fair enough. But if I was going to be looking out over the harbour to deal with a bunch of barbarians, I'd be going to the edge facing out onto the bay. So I'm going to go to that part and just grease it up. And, like, grease up the floor of the actual wall where the bay side, for want of a better word, sorry, I think you get this. Grease the floor of that up, and then it's not impossible to do this, but I appreciate that this is a little hard to explain. I want to start mucking with the mortar of some of the bricks on the handhelds. Not like a huge amount. I don't want to make it obvious so they fall off, but I want to just make it so that enough of the mortar is taken out so it starts coming loose. So grand plan, if she slips, she slides, she goes into these loose bricks, or stones. She goes into the loose stones and sort of tries to put a hand on to stop herself and instead goes.
We call it the yakety sax.
We don't call it the yakety sax because the yakety sax would be what we were doing if I was chasing around the building with a dagger and a silly mask. This is not Michael Myers, Mike. This is Looney Tunes.
An important distinction.
Oh, very. The former doesn't get you thrown out of Halloween. But yeah, that's the 3-point plan presently. Genuinely do the roof repair, but also break one of the doors for access, get a rope up for access along the side of the tower, and also do a little bit of sabotage on the floor and wall on the bay side of the roof.
Okay. So.
And then I'm presuming she's going to be in the library most of the day.
Yep.
Towards the end of the day, I'll just sort of knock on the library door.
Okay. Can you make me? I don't think of the best one for this.
Stat-wise.
Stat wise.
I would say reason and quickness.
Quickness of the rope.
Yeah, quickness is the rope. Okay. I feel like strength for the just mucking about with the stones.
Yeah.
And then the first one was the door lock
Yeah,
breaking.
that'd be reason.
Reason. Okay, fine. Okay, do you want to do those?
And a surprise charisma test when she brings out she comes bringing you out a cup of tea.
Don't give the GM ideas.
We'll see how the rolls go against the Doom.
Oh. Well, fair point. All right, so the reason first then for the door lock.
Yep.
This is my vengeance for the chase rolls earlier, isn't it? All right, fair enough. I'm just checking to see if I can check it. Skills don't really apply here, to be honest. No, and my doom lowering for the scene is not going to happen.
Nope.
Because that's a 1.
There's no critical failures, is there?
I don't think so.
No, there's just failures.
Yeah.
So basically,
No, the
There
locks-
is a critical hit mechanic where if somebody rolls the maximum and the other person rolls the minimum, that's a critical hit.
Yeah, but this isn't. This is a Doom check, so that doesn't apply.
You can't get critical hit by life in this game.
that's called mood damage, isn't it?
Yeah, so you take mood damage essentially.
All right.
Actually, that feels fairly fair. Like,
The locks are too complex for you, and
that's fair enough.
it just depresses you slightly. You know, this
Yep.
place has apparently got good locks.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Being beaten by a bunch of.
All right.
loads.
So what you turn your attention to next?
The rope work, so the quickness. This is essentially setting up the pulley rope so that it actually serves an access rope later.
Yeah.
Which I think we said was quickness.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I forgot to say it for the reason roll, I'm going to say
Because
it now.
essentially this is hiding. Do you want to use any of your inspirations or histories?
Do
you have a history of being an assassin?
Yes. However,
Yeah.
I'm just checking my inspirations first, see if any of them apply. No, it'll be a history. Okay, fair enough. So, is it +4 or is it +D?
It's plus your history. But it would be plus D4.
Okay.
Basically, you'll be rolling an extra D4
You
with
roll an
your
extra
history.
D4, which counts separately.
Johannes has done lots of wet work for the United Barbarian Republic. I am pretty sure that setting up an access rope would be well within the means of his capability.
Yep.
Killing a man in Looney Tunes style is old hat.
Okay, so that's the main roll, and then here's the bonus D4 for the history.
Yeah.
So 3 and 3.
Both meet the Doom. So,
Lovely.
yeah, the rope is easily set up. And in a place that isn't too noticeable.
Lovely. And then, finally, a little bit of stonework.
Yeah.
Which I think we said was strength. Again, I don't think... Actually, no. I'm going to say his second history.
Yeah.
He was the architect of the Outpost 17 massacre. The man knows how to bring down buildings. This is what he did.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't use a knife. Sometimes you bring down a roof on someone's head.
So you're basically making it so the roof isn't... The walkway is a bit loose.
In the part I think she's most likely to use in the event of the barbarians rocking up. She'd be in a hurry to run towards this patch of the roof because it's towards the sea. And that's the bit I'm weakening. That's my logic.
All right.
Does that track?
Yep.
Okay, so actual strength roll first.
Yep.
Did you say these explode? Because I'm rolling d6 for this.
Yep, that explodes.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d8.
You don't need to, but it's always good.
I'm going to
Ooh.
roll again.
Yeah, D12. Oh, D10,
Oh,
you're right, yeah.
but yeah, still. And then technically, seeing as I invoked the history, I will honor that. I think I don't need it. Okay.
Yeah.
History rolls explode?
Yes.
Oh God.
You
Why am I
remember
putting
you
good
take a
rolls on
flashback.
this?
You take a flashback. There is gunfire in the distance, explosions happening above head.
But this wall had to come down, and I was the man there who did.
Yes.
All right. You use all your knowledge, and yeah, it wouldn't. If you just walked over it, it won't go. But if someone hits this hard, it's just going to kind of clunk and slide.
Fantastic.
Air raid signers of the district. You wipe sweat and brick dust from your forehead.
And as the outpost crumbles into the distance, I suddenly snap back to reality and realize, oh no, wait, different planet.
Yeah. Different wife.
Yeah, different life, different planet. Yeah. One final thing, I will actually do the job I was paid to do.
Oh yes. That will probably be a strength check.
Yep, reasonable. Okay, I'm not going to evoke any histories for this because this is.
For this one, I'm actually going to put a penalty die in.
Okay.
Because this is quite a dangerous place to work, and you are not a professional roofer.
You got that right.
So you'll kind of have to stand on the top of a 5-story building in the wind.
Okay, yeah. No, fair. This is the point where I invoke the Doom ability, so I'm going to reduce the Doom by 1. But how much does the Danger dice add?
So the danger
Or
dice
do-
works differently.
Ah.
It basically means where's it gone?
Yeah, penalty dice
Penalty
is
die.
you roll multiple dice and you take the lowest result.
Okay, so it's kind of like disadvantage in D&D. You'd roll
Yeah.
2 and pick the lower. Okay, fair enough.
Just see
Hi.
if it adds an extra die for what.
Yeah, okay, so I'm rolling 2d6 pick lower, but I'm operating against Doom 2 because I did invoke that ability.
Yeah.
4, so yeah.
Yep, you're fine. You managed to do it. Don't even get nearly blown off. Right. And then you'll...
You ever see what an incredibly bedraggled Mercutian looks like? They look incredibly just windswept. The little mohawk is just facing one way now.
Yeah, it's not a hawk anymore. It's plastered down to your head.
Ugh.
And your moustache has gone fuzzy.
Ugh. My kingdom back home. But bedraggled. Towards the end of the day, I will knock on the library door and inform her the job has been done.
All right, she'll come and have a look. And... yeah, we'll not see anything amiss. And then, yeah, we'll pay your 25 gold.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, ma'am. I hope if there's any other jobs while I'm in town, you could let me know.
Yeah, of course.
And I hope you have
Okay.
a pleasant evening.
So, it's 10 past for me.
Mhm.
Do you want to someone else want to do theirs? Or do you want to call it for this week and pick up with Added and discuss Tevin next time?
The final 2 last next week.
Sounds
I've
good to me.
been spending this whole time studying.
Okay, yeah. So
Mostly because I just found the close spells part of the spell book, which is your out of combat magic. Did you know I can shapeshift?
Well, I do
Really?
now. Oh no! Wait, we saw you transmuting in the forest.
No, I mean I can shift my human shape into a different human shape.
Ah,
Yeah.
now that I didn't know.
So you
Trail
found the
people by
wizard bullshit
smell,
magic.
scare away animals,
I mean, we're dealing with people rather than animals, but
heal
Develop this idea.
diseases.
Yeah.
all right.
And
so in that
apparently I
case-
can track silver for some reason. Which is
Well,
kinda
you are a
weird.
werewolf.
Yeah. Page 255 has the info.
The cutlery and the manor suddenly starts rattling. The werewolf.
I
So-
smell silver.
The last thing for this week is you all level.
Yay! What does that do?
Well,
What does
You're
that
leveled
entail?
up.
you're leveled up. You are now the next one in your level sheet.
So
Uh,
instead of getting a history, we go to level 2.
Yeah.
That's an important thing. You do not get a history when you level up.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, then I don't have this. I am this other guy thing.
Not until the next session.
So,
Mhm.
for the chosen one, you get +1
Yes.
strength, quickness, or magic.
I thought that was you either get +1 strength, quickness, or like you select one of those. You just kept getting those.
As I was saying, you get +1 to strength, quickness, or magic.
Oh, you got that per level. I thought that was
Yeah.
just. Oh.
Well,
Mhm.
it's cumulative increases. Now, does that mean that that's every level you get +1, or is it +1
No.
until you get level?
No.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was
this is
thinking.
backwards from how they do it in every other game book
That's what I
I've
was
ever
thinking.
seen, where it
Yeah.
shows you at this level you get this. It's when you're at this level you have these.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So,
if you see +1 4 times in a row, you don't get +1 every one of those. You have +1 for all 4 of those
That's
levels.
what I thought.
That's
but
what I thought.
Yeah.
It is extraordinarily confusing for people who've been looking at any other RPG book and doing it the other way around.
Mhm.
But
So,
I guess it makes it easier to create higher level characters.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
why
you
would
know
need
at
that.
what level what you should have.
Yes,
Okay.
But hey,
I don't really get that much then for level 2.
it requires
Uh,
math.
Did my HP
Yeah.
go up or something or what?
I got to do combat style.
I don't think your HP goes up generally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the Rogue Assassin one, for example. I do get +1 quickness.
Yeah.
But the
And-
only other thing I get is my neophyte style becomes apprentice,
yes.
essentially.
Yeah.
Because I already have hunted, so that's not a. But hey, quickness 9. I will take that.
Yep.
I am a speed one.
Added you're a trader.
Yep, so I get polyglot, so I can speak extra languages, which doesn't do much, but
But your
that's all right.
your fighting style goes from neophyte to apprentice,
Okay.
and you get +1 charisma.
Wait, so I actually get a +1 strength, so I can go up to 9 strength? Or
You can go up
Yes.
to strength, quickness, or magic can go up by 1.
oh,
Oh,
that's
chosen.
so that's an actual thing.
Yeah. You get to pick
Oh,
one of those, and it goes up by 1.
I just thought you said that they were okay. So it's cumulative. So you said it's cumulative increases. So basically, like you get a +1.
You only get
At
+1
each.
until you hit level 5, I think, and then it'll get
Okay, so-
another +1.
Ah,
It'd be
alright.
+2 total.
Okay then. Okay. I already assumed the +1 was included because I forgot. So I've been acting like I was able to do this entire time. I am sorry. I fragged up.
That's fine.
I think your stats were pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry.
And Tevin gets +1 magic. He gets a neophyte skill.
Yep.
And he should have a familiar, apparently.
Yes, obviously. Probably the one that gives me more quickness.
Get down with quickness.
So what are you
Yes.
picking up as your secondary skill?
Well, I was pretty sure I wanted the elemental one, but now that I know about close spells, I'm gonna have to look at those and find out which ones are actually, useful for doing things.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't listed anywhere in the magic section or
found
anywhere
the
in the class section for wizards. But hey, yeah, you have out of combat spells too, based on your spell style.
He found his ritual
So
spell list.
now I have to look at all of them because I qualify for every kind of spell except maybe hearts.
All right.
So not sure yet. Still kind of pulling towards the language of stars. I mean, it just fits with were magic and being an islander from space.
Yeah.
Of
That
course.
gives you the ability to comprehend languages, predict enemy actions.
All
Yeah.
kinds of cool things. Your
Yeah.
head explode.
You get a
ahead.
descent cat homunculus.
I beg your pardon?
Is that descent or decent? Descent.
Well, DESCENT is descent, but I presume it means decent because
Can't.
A descent
would you
cat
put your
homunculus
homunculus?
appears. Charisma versus Doom to force it to obey. You could basically just call like a cat monster in, and then you do what I want.
Oh yes, it's from the Descent.
Oh, okay. It's from hell. But
So it can move freely in all 6 directions and can power up by equipping lasers by grabbing laser boosts.
Or it's more the fact that it's it's I guess in this saying the descent is actual the underground, I guess. Because we have the hollow earth.
oh,
Could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
well, it's a doom cat.
Cat drow. Great.
they're all black when they should be white. Never get that.
By the way, if this is a doom cat, it has to be called Cicero.
For the drow.
Yeah.
White hair, black
the
skin,
drow.
dark
The
skin.
drow are dark skinned because they're cursed that to be like that by
Yeah.
their god.
Elf god looked at them and said, "What are you doing under the ground? I made you to like trees. Get out of there." And then they said, "No, we're banished." And he's all like, "Fine." Boom, reverse color.
Primarily when the
Oh, it's a case.
primarily when one of their gods try to kill another one of their gods. These are the people that were brought along with them.
At least that's the way it is in the original lore. Who knows how it happened here?
Yeah. We'll worry about that another time.
Yeah. So
Indeed.
I would get
Well,
basically a command like drink the poisoned wine. I could encrypt things, which is amazing.
the fun part probably would be that the animals and things are dark skinned under the ground because we have the hollow earth in our sun,
Generate somebody's
so
memories.
they're clearly overly tanned.
Ooh.
Clearly. I mean, I feel like if you're dealing with a cat, you're going to know it's got enough fur, unless you're suggesting it's like a Siamese.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, that's.
We'll worry about that
that's
if he
pretty
picks
good.
it. All right, so I'll call that for this week,
Or I could throw lightning bolts.
which is always fun.
Yeah.
Thanks
I mean-
everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.